I'm back with the digital marketing dissection here on LinkedIn and also on YouTube. And I want to talk about a topic today that has been present in a lot of marketers' minds in the last few weeks, I think, which is what the hell is Facebook up to? On the one side, of course, we've been seeing Meta, the new metaverse company, the new branding of the whole conglomerate. I mean, that's interesting, although I am kind of skeptic about what it's really going to bring. But more importantly, I think is, in my eyes, what I've really seen in the last few weeks, in the last few months, is that Facebook.com, the original core product of the company that is now called Meta, this core product has really been losing a lot of steam. And I mean, obviously, Facebook.com has had this reputation of being mostly for boomers in the past few years already, right? I can remember this conversation already happening in 2016, 2017. But then again, even in the last few years, it was still something that to some extent, there was still action happening on Facebook.com. Even people in the millennial age group were still occasionally posting something on their Facebook profile every once a year, and especially Facebook groups. I had this feeling that in my circle, in the marketing circle, but also I was part of some other groups, there was always still quite some discussion going on. So people were going onto Facebook specifically to get into these communities and to engage. For example, there was the very popular group, the Facebook ad buyers. There was a lot of conversation of Facebook ads happening on there. There were also groups on political causes. There were exclusive communities that you could only be part of if you paid for a certain product, and then you get access to the exclusive Facebook mastermind group. There were a lot of these closed groups going on with a lot of community discussions. And what I've seen recently is that a lot of these are now switching away from Facebook towards other community tools, such as, for example, Discord, or even simple email tools, or even some external workspace tools, but less and less of it on Facebook. And I think what's happening here is that Facebook again kind of played around with the organic reach, so that even content from groups is not as visible anymore as it was in the past. And also that groups are, in my opinion, much harder to sort and look through than they were like a year or two ago. So it's even difficult if I browse to a specific group to see the content that's most relevant for me. And I think that's really interesting on a product perspective that Facebook did that. I wonder what led them to make this choice, because it might make it even less appealing to the millennial generation and the Gen Z generation coming after us. This might be even more difficult now to be attractive. And also, what I really wonder is if that might have been Facebook, the final straw that's gonna be the end of Facebook in our generation. If there's any chance of Facebook coming back to relevance, or if it's really just gonna be Meta, the new company that we're gonna still interact with to buy our ads, because obviously the Facebook ad network is not going anywhere. Despite iOS 14, etc., it's still a main product of advertising. But perhaps we will be dealing more and more with the company Meta, and we really won't deal so much with Facebook anymore. At least that's my gut feeling of the last few weeks and months. I would like to hear what you guys think, if you've had similar interactions and experiences, or if you still think that Facebook.com, the actual site, can be redeemed. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts. And yeah, I'll be happy to be back with a new episode of the Digital Marketing Dissection very soon.